So Jalen Ramsey, ask a follow-up on that. How is he going to work out? What's your expectation in terms of role? Is it TBD? Is that something they're going to have to figure out during training camp? Like, what's your assumption at this point?
I'm sure they discussed that, during the trade talks, and, Mike and Terrell Austin and, Gerald Alexander probably all had those discussions. But we do know that his versatility was key for the Steelers when they decided to pull the trigger on this deal. So I got to think, Jason, that they are going to move him around the secondary. He'll be somewhat of a chess piece for them as they try to match up with offenses. He's an all-pro corner, or at least at one time in his career he was, but he has experience in the slot, and he's got the skill set to drop back and play safety as well. So, talk about question marks on defense. Do we know right now that Juan Thornhill can step in and be a starter? I don't know the answer to that question.
Yeah.
Do we know that Beanie Bishop can walk in there and be a competent starter? We saw that for the first half of last season, but Jason, what was the reason they went to Cam Sutton a lot in the second half of the season? So there's a question mark there. So there's still some pieces that they got to figure out in that secondary, but that's what training camp's for. We're going to see how all those guys fit, and I think Jalen Ramsey, obviously, you're paying him $20 million for this season. He's going to be a big part of that, no matter how it shapes up.
No doubt. And before we get into some superlatives on their offseason, Ray, what is their biggest remaining hole in your mind? Is it safety, somebody to supplement Thornhill? Is it wide receiver? What's the biggest remaining hole here?
Yeah, Jason, I wish I had more familiarity with Juan Thornhill. I know he had some good years with Kansas City, and, there's a lot of talk that his play dropped off in Cleveland. He wasn't out there a whole heck of a lot in the spring, so I honestly don't know what he's going to bring to the table. So I think safety could be something that's really they're going to have to address at some point before September. But there's also number 2 receiver. I think the acquisition of Jonnu Smith, maybe lessens the likelihood that that's a prime concern of theirs right now. But when you just look at their receiving core on the whole, do not include tight ends in this discussion, it's DK Metcalf, undisputed number 1. And then you got Calvin Austin, number 2. And Calvin Austin had a good year last year, but he still only had, I think, 550 yards and 4 touchdowns. And then right now, Roman Wilson would be your number 3, and this guy's never caught a pass in the NFL. So just in terms of receiver depth, I think that's lacking. So, we'll have that discussion in late July, early August. I think it's either free safety or number 2 receiver, and we'll see how it all shakes out.